Well, here we are, our last game of the week for you in the regular season anyway, and we're out at Skyview, the Battle of the Brothers. Skyview and Green Canyon. A week ago, it looked like Skyview was untouchable, an 11-game winning streak, and then they go into upstart Ridgeline, and the Riverhawks upset number one. The Skyview Bobcats fall from that number one spot in 4A. Ridgeline now in that spot. And so Skyview kind of licking their wounds a little bit, and hey, a wounded animal is a scary thing. They're coming home where there's always a huge crowd to go against Green Canyon. Green Canyon's had a little bit of an up and down year. They don't have one guy that really does it for them. They kind of do scoring by committee, but they're dangerous as well with a winning record, and they're trying to get into that first round bye with the RPI. A win here tonight for Green Canyon would go a long way toward that. It's a big rivalry game coming up on the Game of the Week next.
I have an awesome workout for you here in Thailand. Let's get started. Are you ready for a challenge? I'm bringing your incline up. Let's go. We're not just working those legs, we're working the core too. So stay with it. Let's get going. We got 30 seconds. Let's push it out. That's it. Stay with me. Really lengthen that stride. You've got 3 intervals left. Stay strong. We only have a few more. You gotta stay with it. I know it's not easy, but you're almost there. Let's go. Last 3, 2, 1. Yes. Nice work. You crushed it.
Coach, season's starting to wind down the last week of the regular season and coming off a loss, and we don't really want to dwell on that, I'm sure, but the question I have for you is, you're the defending champs. How hard is it to be the defending champ?
Well, you have a bigger target on your back every night. I mean, everybody wants to beat Skyview, and this year it just seems like everywhere we've gone, doesn't matter if it's the Elite 8 tournament, whatever, you have a big target on your back. Everybody wants to play well against Skyview, and so you get everybody's best every night. And so I thought we've responded pretty well this year to that, and hopefully we're battle tested headed into the end of the season, headed into the state tournament.
How is this year's team different from last year's team?
Chemistry was there instantly this year. Last year it took us a while to figure things out. We figured it out, it seemed like 17, 18 games into the season. This year we figured it out. Now it's just a matter of us playing consistent.
So you're coming off a loss, and now you come into probably the biggest rivalry game of the region for you with Green Canyon. And tell me a little bit about that and about what you're hoping to see from your guys.
I've coached a few years, and I don't think I've seen games where there's been more fans at games than the Skyview Green Canyon games. It's a fun environment. It's great for kids. It's one that they talk about. They look forward to it all year just because they know it's going to be a rival game. But we try to just tell the kids it's just another game. It's one more game. We just got to go out and do what we do. Take care of ourselves, and then let the chips fall how they may.
What makes them dangerous?
3-point shot. They just got to we got to contest the 3-point shot. We got to and then rebound, because there's going to be long rebounds. Those are the two things. We just got to contest their threes and rebound the basketball. And we do that, I like our chances tonight for sure.
All right, good luck tonight and through the playoffs.
Appreciate it.
Say the word base. Say the word mess.
Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
At Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, we believe in a very thorough hearing test. Do you hear ringing noises? Does any member of your family have hearing loss? Do you have frequent or severe headaches? Any numbness in your face or fingertips? Do loud sounds hurt your ears? Were you in the military? Have you ever had your hearing tested before?
No, I have not.
Say the word mousetrap. Say the word baseball. Say the word airplane. Say the word cowboy. It also told us if you had a halt, I was able to make the words and you were still able to.
What are all the rest of the...
Okay.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley hearing and audiology.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital, together we're greater. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings, our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Four Seasons Apartments and Townhomes is your home. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years. Hello and welcome to Skyview High School, where tonight the 16-3 Skyview Bobcats take on the 11-9 Green Canyon Wolves. I'm Eric Olson with you again for the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel, our final regular season game of the week for the basketball season. The playoffs start next week. We won't know playoff seedings until Friday night, or after the game's Friday night. We'll talk a little bit about that as the game goes on tonight, but this one should be a good one. Skyview's number 2. They dropped from number 1 after getting beaten by Ridgeline last week. Down to number 2. They're number 17 in the state as the crowd welcomes the home team out. Green Canyon 11-9, 4-4 in region play. Skyview 7-1 in region play. The Bobcats had won 11 straight games before losing to Ridgeline 66-56. We saw that game last week. It was a heck of a ball game. Ridgeline with good defense. Skyview missing a lot of shots. You're used to them making. I talked to Coach Hilliard. Maybe you saw our interview just a minute ago, but before we went on the air, I kind of asked him about that. How much is defense and how much is just missed shots? And he was quick to credit to the Ridgeline team for the defense that they played and just for, being pesky and really being tough in that game. And he's interested to see how his team responds to this adversity. 56 points by Skyview last Friday. Was tied for the third lowest points of the season, their third lowest output of the season. They only scored 42 in a loss to Corner Canyon, and then 53 in a loss to Timpview. Desert Hills they beat by only putting 56 points up, and those games were games number 4, 5, and 6 in the season, so a long time ago. This is the second meeting of these two teams. Green Canyon's won 3 out of their last 4. They lost 62-40 to Ridgeline in there, but beat Bear River, Mountain Crest, and Logan just last Friday, 53-41. Last time around, Skyview beat Green Canyon 75-63. Mason Falslip with a nice line in that one. 26 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals. Sam Phipps with 18 and 9, and Tatum Neal with 10 points. Green Canyon was paced by Jorgensen with 16, Cole DeBoard with 17, Carter Mon with 14. And that's kind of how Green Canyon does things. They score by committee, and they've got multiple guys that can score and that put up double figures or close to double figures. But shooting beat Skyview last Friday night. And shooting will be the way that Green Canyon could beat them tonight if they get hot from beyond the arc. They're getting set for the national anthem. Here, so we're going to step aside and we'll be back with the starting lineups It's the Bobcats and the Wolves in the game of the week.
Over the period of time, my hearing became worse and worse.
Over the course of the years, I developed a hearing loss, and I would not be able to hear my employees talk to me sometimes.
For Paul Danes and Cache Valley's integrity, his character, his background, his equipment, I would recommend him to anyone for a hearing aid specialist.
It's time for Wendy's Bacon Fest. Bacon. That's right. The place that brought you the Baconator and sells more bacon cheeseburgers than anyone is making all your Applewood smoked dreams come true. Like the all-new Bacon Jalapeno Cheeseburger. Or the Bacon Double Stack in the $5 Biggie Bag. If you're this crazy for bacon, make mine a double. We got you with the Bacon Jalapeno Cheeseburger or the Bacon Double Stack Biggie Bag. Get yours now at Wendy's Bacon Fest.
Dakota Jensen, a student here at Skyview High School with the national anthem. It is a full house in Smithfield tonight. If you saw our interview with Coach Hilliard before, he mentioned the crowds that come to these Green Canyon Skyview games, and I agree with him. If you didn't see it, he said he's been around basketball in Cache Valley for a long time, and they're the biggest crowds he's ever seen for these games. I agree with him. I've been around it for 30 plus years. All right, they're introducing the starting lineup right now for Green Canyon. Carter Mon, a 6'1" senior, 9.8 points per game. Jake Lundeen gets the start tonight at 6'2", senior. Heck of an athlete all the way around. He's just a junior, not a senior. Caleb Romeson at 6'6", provides the size. McKay Jorgensen, 14 points per ball game. Cole DeBoard at 11 points per game. Number 44. And the lights go down in Smithfield as they get set to introduce the starting lineups for the Skyview Bobcats. Number 2 in 4A. For the Bobcats, are going to start number 2, the 6' junior Tatum Neal. Neal averaging 6 points per ball game, 10 points last time out against this team. Caden Penrose, 5'11", a junior, also 6 points per ball game. Mason Falslev, top scorer in 4A at 21.5 per game. He's 6'4". He's heading to the University of Utah. Sam Phipps is 6'7" and silky smooth, 15.5 a game for the senior. And Bracken Schumann at 6'7", the junior. He does all the dirty work. Falslev and Phipps get a lot of accolades, but I've talked to coaches in this region that say that Bracken Schumann just doesn't get enough recognition for what he does. And he's got another year left. You look at teams so often that are so good and they're senior laden, they're going to lose these stars. And then they won't be any good next year. But you look at Skyview, they are going to lose Phipps, so they are going to lose Falsliff, D1 talents, but they got a lot of guys coming back. They're set up to be a pretty good ball club for a while. Coach Kirk Hilliard always has his team in the mix. So Cade DeBoard goes to the bench for Coach McClure. He'd been starting the sophomore much of the season, averaging 12.2 per game. And Lundeen gets the start. Robeson and Phipps swats it right out of bounds. Love the Skyview jerseys. The numbers are so big, even an old man like me can see them way up here at the very top of this arena. Jorgensen uses a screen, goes down low to DeBoard. The turnaround baseline jumper won't go. Rebound picked up, though, by Green Canyon. Green Canyon player forced out of bounds. It was Jorgensen that was forced out of bounds, and they say he was forced illegally out of bounds, and Schumann picks up the first foul of the game. We've played less than a minute here in Smithfield. No score. Lundeen kicks it back outside, a three on the way, rims around and out, and Phipps takes the Cartermon miss, and we're going back the other way. Penrose loses it. Lundeen, three ball. Another one that rims around and out. Those are the shots that were falling for Ridgeline last Friday. Penrose, three. He misses. Rebound fought for, and it's Jorgensen. Out ahead of the pack is Lundeen, and Mon doesn't see him. He hands it back to Jorgensen instead. Now Jorgensen looking for some help. Bounce pass to nobody. Robeson tries to get down on it. Are we going to get a jump ball or what? Yes, and the possession arrow favors Skyview. That's a turnover for Green Canyon. .6:48 to play in the first period. No score. Both teams missing from long range. Green Canyon missing multiple shots. Skyview only taking the one. Here's the lob to Phipps, and he can't climb up over Robinson at 6'6". But Green Canyon has it stolen away. Phipps fouled hard by Lundeen. He'll go to the free throw line. Lundeen making sure that Phipps doesn't get an and one. You got to climb to the very top rung of the ladder if you're going to go up over Robinson. There's a sticker on that second to the top one. It says, don't stand beyond this one. And that's where Phipps was trying to stand. And Robinson still was able to knock it away, but then the outlet pass was stolen away, and now Phipps goes to the free throw line where he makes his first. Phipps had a quiet night against Ridgeline. See how he responds here tonight. He's been aggressive, and they've tried to get him going early. They threw the lob a moment ago, and he went hard to the hole and gets to the line. Jorgensen with the scoop shot that's blocked away by Falsliff. Here come the Bobcats, leading 2-0. Penrose, little push shot won't go. Schumann can't finish it off, and it's out of bounds. Looks like it should stay here, and it will. We've played just about 2 minutes here in this first quarter. 6:04 to play in the first. 2-0 Skyview. And it's been about like you would expect a rivalry game to be. A lot of running around and some early missed shots, and these teams will settle down. See which one settles in first. Zone coming, and here's the give and go. Penrose makes it 4-0 Skyview. Jorgensen traveled. He was going to pass it. And then it didn't look like, I think it was Mon that was cutting through. It didn't look like maybe he was looking. And that's the third turnover for Green Canyon, trailing 4-0 with 5.5 to play in this first quarter. Falslip with a little wrap around to Neal, back to Penrose. Phipps, step back, short. Rebound by Robinson, good job blocking out Schumann. Ahead of the pack is Lundeen. Good defense. Long three by DeBoard, and it's short. Two defenders get in front of Falslip to slow him down. He has to back it out. And now he hands it off to Penrose. Falslip lobs in to Schumann. Penrose baseline, back to Schumann, knocked away. Schumann gets it back, goes up hard, and he'll go to the line as Robinson picks up the foul. So Robinson and Lundeen with fouls for Green Canyon. That's 2 team fouls on the Wolves, 1 for Skyview. As we're under the 5-minute mark here in the first quarter in a 4-0 ball game. Skyview with the lead. And Schumann misses the first free throw. Schumann 1 out of 2 from the line. Skyview 3 of 4 from the charity stripe in the early going. And they lead 5-0. DeBoard looking for cutters. Instead, he has to go back out to Jorgensen. Jorgensen down the lane, loses it, and he walked. He had it knocked away, and then he trapped it back up against his leg, took an extra step, and that's the 4th turnover by Green Canyon, the 2nd by Jorgensen. 4:38 to play in the first quarter. Have to keep standing up to check the north clock. This other one is malfunctioning. Falslip 3, got it. Bombs away for Mason Falslip. He makes it 8-0 Skyview. Nearly midway through this first period, and Green Canyon yet to score. Skyview in man defense. There's a lid on that Green Canyon bucket, and it doesn't help they've turned it over 4 times. Robinson out in the 3-point country. Lundeen waits for a cutter, instead goes to Mon. DeBoard fires up the 3, got it. Cole DeBoard, let's see if that pulls the lid off the bucket. 8-5, Skyview, 3:29 to play in this first quarter. Nice pass by Neal, and Schumann is fouled on his way up. Carter Mon picks up his first, 3rd team foul. Skyview going to the free throw line again, their 3rd trip. For Schumann, he's 1 of 3 right now. Regan will replace Robinson. Robinson with the foul. They want to keep him out of foul trouble. So DeBoard 1 out of 2. He's got 2 points. And with 3:20 to play in the first quarter, it's a 6-point Skyview lead at 9-3. They jumped out to an 8-0 lead. Now Green Canyon trying to claw back. Jorgensen finds DeBoard. He loses the handle. Now he gives it back to Regan. Lundeen with Phipps checking him. Phipps knocks it away and out of bounds. Lundeen looked back inside, held the ball out, and Phipps swatted it away out of bounds. Here comes Cade DeBoard. Cole DeBoard will sit. The brothers have played together most of the season. The lineup change recently has Cade coming off the bench. The sophomore averaging 12 points per game. Jorgensen, the leading scorer for Green Canyon,
yet to get untracked, and he's fouled on the drive. It's on Falsliff. Second team foul on the Bobcats with 2:47 to play in the first quarter. Phipps will take a rest and Carlson will replace him. Spinning to his right is Jorgensen. He misses. Mons there to try to put it back, and Schumann swats it away. Then it's stolen from Falsliff. Cade DeBoard all sorts of wrapped up as he drives the lane. It's Tatum Neal. His first. All even on team fouls with 3 apiece. It's a 6-point lead for Skyview. 9-3. Lundeen sits. Brady Smith replacing him. Another sophomore. So 2 sophomores on the floor for Green Canyon. 2:24 to play in the first quarter. Green Canyon with 1 field goal. Regan shoots it over Schumann. Schumann rebounds. Penrose in the corner to Carlson. They look down low and it's taken away. Third turnover for the Bobcats. Regan comes out with it. DeBoard 3, too hard, and it's rebounded by Neal. The shooting woes continue for Green Canyon as we're under 2 minutes to play. Backdoor cut by Carlson, he lays it in. Nice pass, nice catch, nice bucket, 11-3, Skyview. 1.5 minutes to play in this first quarter. 1 field goal for Green Canyon. Skyview with not many more of their own. 4 free throws for Skyview and 3 field goals. Inside, Regan loses control, but Jorgensen's Johnny on the spot. DeBoard wide open 3 and he hits. So a pair of 3-pointers for Green Canyon, and it's 11-6. 50 seconds to play here in the quarter. Falsliff rims out. DeBoard with the rebound. 3 on the way. Too hard. Nice job by Schumann to block out, and he nearly throws away the outlet pass. 34 seconds to play in the quarter. Neal back out front to Carlson. Schumann has it poked away. Clock runs as the ball is free and we're under 20 seconds. 19.1 on the clock. And Skyview forces the turnover. Green Canyon forces the Skyview turnover. We're all knotted up at turnovers. 4 turnovers apiece, 3 fouls apiece, but Skyview with a 5-point advantage on the scoreboard. 11-1. 15 seconds to play in the quarter. And Jorgensen under 10 now. And it's hard for him to see how much time. I can't see the clock. 3 seconds. Ball's on the floor. Jorgensen hits the deck. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Shot won't go. 11-6 Skyview with the lead and a choppy first quarter of play here in Smithfield. Back after this.
Because they have beautiful selections of fresh flowers. They're family owned and been in business for a long time, and they make you feel like part of the family.
All right, we're getting ready to start the second quarter. You can see right there it says 0 on that. That scoreboard right there has some bulb issues. It happened during the JV game. There are 3 other scoreboards around the arena. So there's one opposite that. They're in the corners. That's the big main scoreboard with the fouls and everything. But as they were running that down at the end of that quarter, I was thinking, man, it's going to be hard for these guys if you're looking at that clock. But there are scoreboards in each corner, and three of them all work. So just that big main one, everything works but the one portion of the time. 11-6 Skyview as we get underway here in this second quarter. No foul trouble to speak of, only 3 fouls per team as Neal with the baseline jumper sees it go wide, and it's rebounded by Lundeen. DeBoard back in, so the brothers DeBoard in the ball game. Cade came off the bench and hit a 3-pointer. 2 3-pointers in that first quarter. The only scoring for Green Canyon. Lundeen hits the deck. And Coach McClure not happy. He's wondering why his player's on the floor and there's not a whistle being blown. Possession arrow favors Green Canyon. It's the 3rd jump ball, and we've played 1 quarter and 34 seconds. Cade DeBoard will trigger in. Needs to hurry, goes way out front to Lundeen. Lundeen finds Cade DeBoard. Now Cole DeBoard holds, calls for Robinson, who comes to get it. The other Schumann in there right now, Jackson Schumann, all 6'10" of him for Skyview. Here's DeBoard. Falstaff comes in and closes out, makes him give it up. Green Canyon trailing by 5, looking for an opening. Ball blocked out of bounds by Neal. 6:48 to play in this first half. Ridgeline leads Mount Crest 14-0 at the end of 1. It's been a tough year for the Mustangs. And they don't even score in the first quarter in that game. Ridgeline, a surprise, the surprise team in the region. Coming off the big win against Skyview last week, and it doesn't look like they've had much of a letdown. Ridgeline's number 1 in 4A. Skyview's got the number 1 RPI rating. Man defense by Skyview, and Ridgeline content to just move the ball around. And, Green Canyon content to just move the ball around, look for a shot. DeBoard hits the deck. No foul called, ball out of bounds. And the Bobcats are going the other way, and you can hear the Green Canyon crowd voicing their displeasure. 6:09 to play in the first half. And Saxton replaces Penrose. And Falstaff brings it across the timeline. Saxton high post as they go down inside to Schumann. He misses. Carlson with a nice entry pass. And Schumann was right there. And it just dribbled off the rim. Lundeen. Back to Brady Smith, and now it's DeBoard. Firing up a long 3. Rims around and out. Here comes Falstaff. In the corner. Ends up with Carlson as Neal decides not to try the shot. Neal sneaks in backside. Nice dime from Falstaff. Neal with the bucket, and it's 13-6 Skyview. Points at a premium for Green Canyon. 2 field goals for the Wolves. And fortuitously for them, they only trail by 7, 13-6, with 4:51 to play in this first half. Skyview with the 13-6 lead, and Coach Dan McClure takes a timeout. You know, in the last game, it was a 12-point win for Skyview. It was tied at 15 at the end of one. Skyview with the big second quarter, though, that was the difference in the game because the Bobcats win the second quarter by 12, 22-10. Skyview wins the third quarter, 18-17, and then Green Canyon wins the fourth quarter, 21-20. So, other than that second quarter, it was the very definition of an even game. Logan leading Bear River 9-7 the end of the first quarter. Falsley still number one in scoring at 21.5. He averages just over 7 rebounds a game. That's good for 5th in 4A. Number one in assists at just a hair under 5 assists per game. And number 6 in steals at just under 2 per game. Phipps is number 4 in rebounding in 4A at 7.6. Wide open three coming for Green Canyon from the corner. Rims around and out and taken away by Falsley. Green Canyon looking for the long ball, and it's just not dropping for the Wolves. So we're past the halfway point of this second period. 13-6 Skyview. Phipps looking low for Schumann. He's fronted by DeBoard. Now he finds him. Short corner. He throws it up and in. Three on the way. DeBoard pulls the trigger and hits. 6 for Cole DeBoard. 15-9. Saxton, 3, won't go. Schumann tips it out right to one of the Wolves. Phipps is back and he swats it. Saxton, they say, stepped on the end line as he tried to save it back in, and it stays here. DeBoard. 3 3-pointers tonight for Green Canyon. That's their only scoring. And there's 3:25 to play in the first half. Nothing inside. And right on cue, Jorgensen says, okay, we'll do something about that. 15-11. Green Canyon hanging around. Falsley, pull-up 3. Won't go. Rebounded by Smith. You saw Falsley with the dribble trying to get into rhythm. Here's the pass down low to Lundeen. He steps out of bounds, but they called Schumann for the foul. First foul of this second quarter on either team. Schumann picks up his first. 15-11, a chance for Green Canyon to creep a little closer. Lundeen out front. DeBoard, NBA plus, got it. Cole DeBoard with 9, and it's a 1-point game. And we're under 3 minutes to play with 2:50 on the clock here in the first half. Schumann knocks over DeBoard, offensive foul. Jackson Schumann's second. He put a shoulder into DeBoard. DeBoard took the bump, fell to the ground like he'd been knocked over the head with a bag of hammers. And we're going the other way. Green Canyon, after all of that, now has a chance to take the lead with 2:44 to play in the half. Skyview with only 4 points here in this second quarter. Not a lot of possessions. Green Canyon has limited the number of possessions and a turnover as Robinson. He tried to pass it before he caught it. He saw he had a man in the corner. He's trying to grab it and whip it out to the corner for a 3, and he didn't secure the ball. Timeout Skyview as they regain possession. Green Canyon with their 5th turnover. So Tatum Neal and Jackson Schumann, the only Bobcats to score here in this second quarter. Cole DeBoard has 2 3-pointers in the second, 3 in the half. Jorgensen with a bucket. The Green Canyons outscored Skyview 8-4. With 2:28 to play in the first half. 15-14 Skyview. Skyview with 5 turnovers. Green Canyon with 5 turnovers. Skyview with 5 team fouls. Green Canyon with only 3. Skyview back to their starting lineup. Looking low to Schumann. They've got him. It's knocked away by Robinson. Lundin had a loose ball behind him. He didn't see it because he was face guarding Falslev. They're just trying to keep the ball out of Falslev's hands. And now he's got it. He goes up, gives it to Schumann, and it's blocked. Robinson with the block. Lundin back to Mon. DeBoard. Looking for a screen. Looking for a shot. Spins right underneath to Robinson. Green Canyon leads and 1 coming up for the Wolves. Phipps gets called for the foul, his first. That's the 6th team foul for the Bobcats. Phipps goes to the bench. And Robinson with a chance to give Green Canyon a 2-point lead. He does. That's the first free throw of the half for Green Canyon. No free throws for Skyview here in this second quarter. They shot 6 in the first. Evan Hall into the ball game, 6'5" junior. Now Green Canyon with full court pressure. Falsett with the ball in his hands. This is dangerous. Running downhill, he's tripped and 1. No, they say it happened before the shot. DeBoard picks up his first. Great body control by Falslev as he took the contact and put it up off the glass. In the corner, here comes a 3. Won't go, rebound, fought for, out of bounds off of Carlson. We're going the other way. Penrose had a look. It wouldn't go. Lundin, Jorgensen, both DeBoards and Robinson in the ball game for Green Canyon. Neal, Penrose, Falslev, Hall, and Carlson for Skyview. Here's the turnaround from DeBoard. Flat as can be, and it crawls over the rim and in. Cole DeBoard does not want halftime to get here. He's red hot as we approach 1 minute to play in the half. 19-15 Green Canyon. A 4-point quarter for Skyview. In they go to Hall. Hall stops the bleeding. Under a minute. 2-point ball game. Green Canyon with the lead. Hall kicked by 2 players, and Neal comes out with it. Puts it up, misses. Rebound fought for, it's Hall, and we're going the other way. With 40 seconds to play in this first half and a 2-point Green Canyon lead. The offensive foul on Evan Hall on the rebound. And that's 7 team fouls. They're going to shoot 1 and 1. Now, do they know who should be shooting him? Cade DeBoard ran right to the free throw line. He said, here, I'll take him. DeBoard with 3 points off the bench. Misses the free throw. Falsett with the board. Falsett whips it under to Carlson, and we're tied. 4 off the bench for Carlson. 25 seconds to play in the half. Last shot of the half coming up for Green Canyon. Under 20 now. Mon had a 3 and didn't take it. 10 seconds. Jorgensen looks back at the clock. 7. 4. DeBoer. Knocked down by Carlson. Loses the ball. He was looking for a foul. No call, and we're tied as we head to the locker room in Smithfield. 19 apiece on the game of the week.
Hi Cache Valley, this is Fernando over the Factory Pizzeria. We're running a special right now. We're giving a free nachos when you buy a large pizza with 3 toppings. Just mention this and you're gonna get a free nachos every time you come. The Factory Pizzeria is located in 119 South Main, below the Gias in the basement. Come see us as soon as you can. Thank you.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
Dr. Daines, I suppose, along with everybody else in my age group, I am now getting bombarded on a daily basis, it seems, in the mail with hearing aid advertisements coming through the mail. I don't know if you... Really, I just throw them away, because I would say if I needed a hearing aid, here is where I'd come to see you. Are people in danger with these things? I mean, are you going to get a product that's legitimate? Are you dealing with real people, or is it a scam?
You usually get a product it's a decent product, but is it fit for you? Everybody's a little bit different, and we want to be able to have you come in and find out what works best for your individual needs. Some of these hearing aids that you can buy through the mail are not really anything but amplifiers. They turn things up, but simply not turning things up, that doesn't solve the problem. We need to personalize the hearing aid to your individual loss. And make it so what frequencies need to be boosted are boosted, and those that don't need to be boosted aren't.
Okay, so just turning up the volume on something isn't actually going to fix the problem?
It does not. No, we need to make it so it matches exactly what your hearing is.
I had no idea it was that complicated, because, you know, on the street, people might think, yeah, I can send away for one and it's generic and it'll work for everybody, but that really isn't the case.
It really isn't.
No.
And you also see a lot of times advertisements that say, come in for our free trial. We're offering a trial research, and come and give us your opinion on this hearing aid and we'll give you a discount. We're doing a special study with the manufacturer. Well, the manufacturers already have their study done.
Right.
They wouldn't be offering it to somebody here. They have their own research facilities that they do these studies at.
Okay.
And so the study is how many hearing aids they can sell.
Yeah.
It's not a real study.
Yeah, and so again, it's just down to people pushing a product that could be right for A, B, and C, but is not anywhere right for the rest of the alphabet people. But coming here to Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, you are going to find out exactly, if you have 100 different people walking through in a day, you're going to find the exact right, and some of them may not even need a hearing aid. And of course, you're never going to push that.
I do not do that. That's one thing that I pride myself in, is I'm not a salesman.
Right.
I take care of people, help them meet their needs, and take care of them, and do what we can that way. But I will not push or pressure anybody to purchase a hearing aid.
Yeah. So even though you might be tempted, even though you get these in the mail like I do, don't be tempted, because ultimately it may not be at all what you personally need. Come on down to Cache Valley Hearing and see Dr. Daines, and he will find you exactly what you individually need. Thanks, Dr. Daines.
Thank you.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
sports, and I've always participated in sports, and I've always played, and I think the best part about this job is being able to watch these athletes play, and it's part of my job just to sit there and watch these athletes succeed and play these wonderful sports. I always knew I wanted to work in medicine, and after playing many sports in high school and getting many injuries and having to come back from those injuries, I knew that I wanted to provide that same coverage and provide that same care to other student athletes, because sports is a key part of growing up. So I teach one class, and it's my exercise science sports medicine class, and it also gives the students some college credit, but mostly it gives me another setting to be with my athletes, and I can really get to know them off the field, and I can get to know their personalities. That way when an injury does happen on the field, that I can better take care of them because they know me and they recognize me. You keep people on the court and you keep them on the field, and they're always playing, and I always wanted to be a part of that. I always wanted to be part of the team, and I always wanted to just participate and make sure that everybody who is healthy can stay out there playing a lot longer. So you never want to see anybody actually get hurt, but when it does happen, it's always good to be there, because then we can evaluate to see if it's actually going to be a game changer for them. And most of the time it's not. Most of the time it's just an injury, and then we can actually get them back into play a lot quicker had they just gotten hurt and sat out. And that's what's most important about having us athletic trainers there, is that we can really work on these injuries and get them out a lot faster had they just sat out. Cache Valley Hospital is a great company to work for. They provide so much support for their athletic trainers that it just makes working with these athletes such a breeze. If we ever have any questions, concerns about a certain athlete, we can just call on our support, and the hospital is very, very generous to us here at the school, and it's just a great company, and they help the community, and they care about these athletes as much as we do, and they don't see them every day, but they still care about them, and that makes it such a different dynamic to work with. My job is to prevent injuries from happening, but to also get the athletes back out on the field as quickly as possible after one happens, and that's what Cache Valley Hospital is all about.
I have an awesome workout for you here in Thailand. Let's get started. Are you ready for a challenge? I'm bringing your incline up. Let's go. We're not just working those legs, we're working the core too. So stay with it. Let's get going. We got 30 seconds. Let's push it out. That's it. Stay with me. Really lengthen that stride. You've got 3 intervals left. Stay strong. We only have a few more. You gotta stay with it. I know it's not easy, but you're almost there. Let's go. Last 3, 2, 1. Yes. Nice work. You crushed it.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital, together we're greater. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings, our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Four Seasons Apartments and Townhomes is your home. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years.
Tight game here in Smithfield as we get set for the second half. Eric Olson along with you, and you don't get much tighter than tied. 19 apiece for each of these teams. Other region scores, Ridgeline leads Mountain Crest 26-10 at the half. And Bear River and Logan are tied at 18 at the half. A good one going on there. But in this one, it was all Skyview early. So Skyview jumps out to an 8-0 lead. But since that 8-0 lead, they were outscored 19-11. It was 11-6 at the end of the first quarter for Skyview. Green Canyon wins the second quarter, 13-8. 4 3-pointers for Green Canyon. 3 of those from Cole DeBoard, who leads all scorers with 11. 3 apiece for Caleb Robinson and Cade DeBoard. 2 points for McKay Jorgensen. Leading scorer for Skyview is Kason Carlson with 4. And then a bunch of players with 2. Neil Penrose, Phipps, Bracken Schumann, Jackson Schumann, Evan Hall all with a bucket, and Mason Falls with a 3-pointer. We get set to start the second half. 5 turnovers for Green Canyon, 6 for Skyview in that first half. And nobody really in foul trouble for either team. Jackson Schumann has 2. Here's Carlson who starts the second half. Kason Carlson gives Skyview the lead. Boy, Phipps is on the bench. Hall starting the second half. And Bracken Schumann's on the bench as well. A foul called. Carlson gets the foul. That's his first team foul. So Penrose, Neal, and Falslev, the regular starters, in there with Hall and Carlson. So that means Schumann and Phipps are on the bench to start this second half. DeBoard with the fadeaway. Got it. DeBoard having himself a game. He's got 13. We're tied at 21. Falslev to the left. Now back to the middle and 1. Falslev with 5 points. Lundeen with his second foul. Falslev misses, gets his own rebound, but he crossed the line early, I think. That's what they're going to say. He knew he had missed it, and he went after it. He crossed that free throw line too soon. 23-21, Skyview. Just underway here in the second half. Down low, and 1 situation for Cartermon. He finally gets on the board. Penrose picks up his first. Mon now with 3 points after the made free throw. And a 1-point Green Canyon lead at 24-23. We've played just over a minute here in this third quarter. They sag off Carlson. He looks in for Hall. He's got Robinson pinned, and he just puts it up and in. Hall with 4. Long shot won't go, and Hall collects the board. Hall running the court. See if they reward him. There it is. The big man kicking it into four-wheel drive and running the court. Jorgensen answers. Jorgensen with 4. 27-26 Skyview. Falslev kicks it back out for the 3 from Penrose. Hall is there. Hall with 8. Here's a near steal by Penrose, and what are they saying? Penrose touched it. It's staying at this end. Are they going to call a foul? They are. 5:51 to play here in this third. For Penrose, that's his second. Third team foul. Jorgensen gets to the rim. Jorgensen with 6. 29-28 Skyview. Long 2 on the way from Carlson. Rebound knocked away from Hall by Jorgensen. He knocks it out of bounds. Hall is dominating this third quarter. He's got 6 of his 8 points here in the third. We've played less than 3 minutes of this third. Into Carlson, now Falslip. Falslip from the angle, runs into 3 defenders, forces one up and misses. Rebounded by Jorgensen. Ahead to Mon. Mon leaves it ahead. And Green Canyon surges back into the lead. Regan gets the bucket. (30-29). Green Canyon. 5 minutes to play in the third. Neal trips and loses it. Here comes Green Canyon the other way. Regan walked. Yeah, he dragged his pivot foot. Didn't know what he wanted to do with it when he caught it. And it's a 6th turnover of the night for Green Canyon. Falslip gets it back. Down the lane, leaves it off for Carlson. Carlson and Hall with a big lift off the bench for Skyview tonight, 8 apiece. DeBoard spins in, forces one up, and Hall rebounds. 31-30 Skyview. Falslip 3, won't go. Rebound to Jorgensen. Mon doesn't take the 3. Regan has got a lane, drives in, lay it up and in. No, they're going to call an offensive foul. The official standing 5 feet away looked at it and let him go, and the official out right in front of Coach McClure waves it off and calls the foul, and Coach McClure looks incredulous. It's a 1-point ball game, 31-30, with 4 minutes to play in the third. Skyview on top. They led by as many as 8. Here's a foul out front on Jorgensen. Howell in the ball game, the freshman. And Jorgensen hacks him. Jorgensen with his first. That's the 3rd team foul. I just noticed something. Oh no, there's the 3rd. As you say, I only see 2 refs out there, but the 3rd is standing around right on the edge near the crowd. You couldn't see him. Wondered what had happened to the 3rd guy. Carlson, free throw line jumper, in and out. DeBoard to Regan. Fakes the 3, walked. He lays it up and hits it, but they call a walk. And it's the right call. He shuffled his feet before he put the ball on the deck. That's back-to-back turnovers by Regan. One a little bit of a controversial charge, and that one a clear walk. Also has it poked away. Somehow Schumann ends up with it. Misses on the dunk attempt, and one for Carlson. Cole DeBoard just picks up his 2nd foul. Fourth team foul on Green Canyon, and Carlson with 10 off the bench goes to the line. Leading scorer for Skyview tonight is Mason Falsell, the top scorer in 4A. He's only scored 5 points tonight. Carlson misses the free throw. Mon down the lane, leaves it off for Robinson, who hits. Point blank range, and Robinson has 5. 33-32 Skyview. Falsell down the lane, gets everybody in the air, hands it off to Schumann, and Robinson picks up his second foul. Sam Phipps finally getting set to check in with 3:10 to play in the third. He started the second half on the bench, as did Bracken Schumann, who just made his free throw. Schumann's got 3 points tonight. He's 3 of 5 from the free throw line with 1 more. Carlson sits with 10 points. A huge boost off the bench for Skyview. He and Evan Hall. 3-point Skyview lead, 35-32. Jorgensen stopping, popping, missing. Falls slip with the board. And we're under 3 minutes here in the third. 3-point Skyview lead, and they're looking to build on it. Baseline drive, and Schumann's alone as Penrose drew the defense. 6 for Schumann. And a little breathing room for Skyview, 37-32. High scoring third quarter. Jorgensen has it knocked away twice by Falsett. Here's Mon against Phipps. This is Mon's game. He slides and walks. Mon doesn't like to shoot the three as much as get to the rim. It's hard to do against Phipps. He threw the hand out there with the little ball fake, but his back foot slid, and it's a turnover. 9th of the game, 4th of the quarter for Green Canyon. A timeout on the floor. 5-point Skyview lead with 2:19 to play in the third here in Smithfield. Green Canyon, of course, winning 3 out of 4 coming into this game. Cade DeBoard is number 5 in 4A and 3 pointers made. He's made 1 here tonight, coming off the bench. One of the new things this year for the major sports in high school is an RPI rating. It's a number, and that's how teams get ranked for the playoffs. Everybody makes the playoffs in 4A in most of the classifications, and their seeding is determined by a number that's calculated by their winning percentage, their opponent's winning percentage, their opponent's winning percentage, what phase of the moon we're in, and how much wood a woodchuck can chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. And it's RPI for Skyview right now, they're number 1. Dixie number 2, Ridgeline number 3, Cedar number 4, and Juan Diego number 5, Bear Rivers 9th. They would get a first round bye if those numbers hold. 12 through 16 play in the first round and get to host. That's Green Canyon and Logan. Green Canyon's 12th and Logan's 15th. Mountain Crest is 21st and would have to open on the road. And May, if everything stays like it is right now, Mountain Crest would probably be playing at Green Canyon in the first round. Logan would be matched up with Ben Lohman. Here's Schumann going up for the jam. He's fouled. Robinson was just a step late getting there. So Schumann started on the bench this second half, and he took it personal. Robinson his third. And Schumann's been living at the free throw line tonight. He's shot 6, here comes 2 more. He misses the first. 2 free throws tonight for Green Canyon. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 for Skyview. Skyview's tried to pound the ball down inside more, so that number makes sense. Schumann hits 1 of 2. He's 5 of 8 from the line, and it's a 6-point lead for Skyview, 38-32. Under 2 minutes to play here in the quarter. Cade DeBoard in the ball game now for Green Canyon as he cuts through. And Brady Smith handles. Smith baseline, he stepped out of bounds. Another unforced turnover. Green Canyon with 5 turnovers in this third quarter, 3 of them just unforced. .90 seconds left in this third quarter. Skyview with a 6-point lead, looking to build a little cushion going into the fourth. They try to lob it low to Phipps, and it's stolen away. Lundeen hits the deck, and they're going to call a foul on Falslip, only his second. Skyview with their first turnover of the second half. They've got 7 on the night. Green Canyon with 6 fouls, so the next Green Canyon foul will mean free throws for the rest of the evening for Skyview. 4 fouls on the Bobcats here in this second half. Down low, Robinson has it swatted by Falslip. Great timing by Mason Falslip. Phipps fouled on the drive. He says he was shooting. He's going to get free throws, but are they going to be 1 and 1 or are they going to be 2 shots? 1 and 1. Sam Phipps, who averages 15.5 a game, he's got 2 free throws. Those were in the first quarter. Cade DeBoard picked up that foul. 1 and 1 for Phipps. Phipps 3 for 3 from the line tonight. Phipps stays perfect from the stripe. 4 points on 4 free throws as we're under a minute to play here in the third. Skyview matching their biggest lead of the game, and a foul on Penrose. Penrose now the first Bobcat in foul trouble with 3, and Neal is going to replace him. Jorgensen triggers in. Lundeen, who got the start tonight. DeBoard down to Jorgensen on the baseline right. Goes to his left and then has it poked away by Neal. Gets around Neal, gets all the way to the rim, and he's bailed out. Schumann picks up the foul with 35 seconds to play in the third. Schumann picks up his second. And Jorgensen will go to the free throw line. His first trip. And he gets 2 free throws. These are big ones. Try to keep Skyview within reach. And he hits the first. Tied at 19 at the half. Back and forth for the first part of this third quarter. And then Skyview's just slowly been inching away. 21 points in this third quarter so far for Skyview. Jorgensen hits them both. He's got 8. 40-34. Down low they go to Schumann. It's knocked away by Robinson and a foul. Schumann just picked up his third. With 24 seconds to play in the third. And we're shooting free throws at the other end. So it'll be free throws the entire fourth quarter for both teams. Carlson and Hall replace Phipps and Schumann. And Robinson 1 and 1. Misses, rebounded by Hall. Big miss. Howell 3. Won't go. Rebounded by Lundeen. 12 seconds. 9 seconds. Jorgensen spins to his right, puts one up, hits! Jorgensen puts it in, and Skyview doesn't get a shot off. And it's 40-36 as we head for the fourth quarter. We got a good one brewing here in Smithfield. Don't go anywhere. We're watching the game of the week.
Hi, Cache Valley. This is Fernando over the Factory Pizzeria. We're running a special right now. We're giving a free nachos when you buy a large pizza with 3 toppings. Just mention this out and you're gonna get a free nachos every time you come. The Factory Pizzeria is located in 119 South Main, below the Gias in the basement. Come see as soon as you can. Thank you.
Another tight one for Skyview as they lead 40-36 as we head to the fourth quarter. Eric Olson along with you here tonight. 21-17. Skyview wins that third quarter. Big scoring quarter for everybody. Both teams putting the ball in the hoop after such a low-scoring first half. We're tied at 19 to start that second half. $10 for Jorgensen. DeBoard with 13, but he was quiet in that third quarter. He had 1 bucket. Speaking of quiet, Falslev only with only 5 points. So Green Canyon scored in the last couple of possessions of that third quarter to make an 8-point game a 4-point game, and it's knocked out of bounds by Howell. And now they get the ball to start this fourth quarter. A chance to make it a 1-possession ball game. They better hurry. They go way out front to Smith. Now Jorgensen going to work on Falslev. Takes the big step. Falslev shuts him off. Smith working on Hall, and Smith throws it away. Tried to kick it out front, and Tatum Neal was waiting for it. 11 turnovers for Green Canyon. Neal just inside the free throw line, puts it in. Tatum Neal with 4. Lundeen pulls up for 3, too hard. Rebounded by Howell. The freshman clears it out to Falslev. Falslev, pull up 3, short. Follows his own miss and lays it in from the left side. Falslev with 7. Mon looked like he might have traveled, got away with it. Jorgensen fade away, won't go. Rebounded by Neal. Neal in a hurry, leaves it off for Hall. Hall couldn't control it. The ball's free, and here comes Green Canyon. They've got numbers. Mon kicks it back, and the 3 on the way, and won't go from McKay Jorgensen. 44-36, back to an 8-point Skyview lead. Six minutes on the game clock. Neal, 3, yes! Neal with 7 and the largest lead of the game for Skyview. 47-36. 7-0 run to start the fourth quarter by the Bobcats. DeBoard tries to stop the bleeding, and he does. Cade DeBoard with 16. Timeout, Green Canyon. Back to an 8-point ball game. 47-39, Skyview with the clock, an ally of the Bobcats. 5:37 to play in this ball game. Bear River leads Logan 39-33 in the third. And heading into the fourth quarter, Ridgeline leads Mountain Crest 39-15. A 7-0 run to start this fourth quarter by Skyview is broken by the DeBoard three. That's his fourth triple of the night. He's got 16 points to lead all scorers. Coming into this ball game, I think if you would have told Green Canyon, hey, the number one scorer in 4A is only going to have 5 points heading into the fourth, and Sam Phipps, his running mate, who averages 15 and a half, is only going to have 4. I think Green Canyon would have liked their chances in that, but they still are behind on an all-around team effort by Skyview. 2, 4, 6, 8 players have scored for the Bobcats. Carlson with 10. Tatum Neal with 7, 2 for Penrose, 7 for Falslev, 4 for Phipps. Schumann with 7, 8 for Evan Hall, and 2 for Jackson Schumann. Jorgensen with 10 for Green Canyon. We mentioned DeBoard with 16. Cole DeBoard with 16. Skyview by 8 with the ball. Howell, wide open look, got it. Hayden Howell with the stroke. And it's 50-39. Back out to a double-digit lead for Skyview. DeBoard tries to answer, he does! 19 for Cole DeBoard, his 5th 3 of the night. Neal out of look, passed it up. Carlson to Falslev. Falslev drives baseline, cut off, so he just pops one from the base. Falslev with 9. 10-point Skyview lead. 4.5 to play in the game. DeBoard hits the deck. Kason Carlson said he was pushed. The official said, no, you held. Carlson picks up his second. Robinson will head to the bench, and Carter Mon replaces him. Got both DeBoards in the ball game. Mon, Smith, and Jorgensen are going small. DeBoard, free throw. Got it. DeBoard with 20. DeBoard makes them both. 21 for Cole DeBoard. And 11 at the half, 10 here in the second half. 8 in this fourth quarter so far. Inside, Carlson continues his big night. 12 off the bench for Kason Carlson. Green Canyon scoring, but they can't get stops. So Skyview just keeps out in front. DeBoard with the turnaround jumper. He's off balance and misses. 10-point Skyview lead, and Coach Kirk Hilliard wants a timeout with 3:41 to play in the ball game. Timeout, Skyview. Been a good ball game. Big third quarter by Skyview. They started out the game with a run, if you're just joining us. It was an 8-0 run to start the game for Skyview. And then 8-0 run to start the game for Skyview, and then Green Canyon caught up 53-27. Ridgeline leads Mountain Crest. Actually, that's a final. So Ridgeline with the win. They're ranked number 1 in the Deseret News after the win over Skyview, and they'll probably stay there. But Skyview is number 1 in the RPI. Thanks to John Newbold from Cache Valley Radio Group. He's feeding me these scores. He's been the voice of the Bobcats for a few years now. Does a nice job over there. It was the big third quarter by Skyview. A 21-17 third quarter to open up the lead. And then a 7-0 run to start this fourth. Let's put the Bobcats in the driver's seat. Kason Carlson, who just handed the ball off to Falslev, come off the bench to score 12 points. Falslev runs into 2 defenders. Back to Carlson, underneath to Hall, who's also come off the bench to score double figures. He's got 10, and it's a 12-point Skyview lead. Approaching the 3-minute mark of the ball game. Jorgensen to DeBoer, firing up a 3. He's been hot. That one too hard. Probably because he didn't have anybody in his face. The last couple he's hit have been with a defender right in his face. They back off Carlson. They're not worried about a 3 from him. And he backs it out. So we're under 3 minutes. 12-point Skyview lead, and they're in no hurry. Falslev spins off Smith, leaves it for Hall, who scores. That might have been the dagger. 14-point lead. Here's a 3 from Mon. Rebound, Neal. Lob to the corner. Back out to Carlson. And the Bobcats hold the ball. Falslev with it. Falslev spins left. Hall, one more bucket. Hall with 14 off the bench. And they love it in Smithfield. Back-to-back buckets by Evan Hall, the 6'5 junior. And the Bobcats open up a 60-44 lead. They've scored 39 points here in this second half after only 19 in the first. And they're on their way to sweeping Green Canyon. 2:07 to play, and Green Canyon was trying to answer them bucket for bucket, but the problem was Skyview had opened up a little bit of a lead, and you can't keep trading buckets if that's the case. Skyview's got hoops when they've needed to. Green Canyon can't get the stops. And the last couple of possessions, Green Canyon couldn't get the hoop either. Green Canyon scrapped. It was a 4-point lead going into the fourth. But a 20-point fourth quarter. 21 in the third. Did I say 39? It was a 41-point second half so far for Skyview, because we're under 2 minutes. Smith working on the freshman. Misses it, and Falslev rebounds. Bumps into Hall. Bounces off him. Falslev in the paint, nowhere to go, so he goes up and under and scores. 11 now for Falslev. You don't want to foul if you're Skyview, and they did. Falslev, that's his third, and Green Canyon will go to the free throw line with 1:27 to play in the ballgame. And Skyview leading by 18. 22-8, they've outscored Green Canyon here in this fourth quarter. Cole DeBoer, the only Green Canyon player that scored. He scored all 8 of their points. Howell gets a big cheer as he checks out of the game. The freshman. Missed free throw and Falslev with the board. They're going to come up and try to double Falslev. He gets rid of it. Carlson to Hall, and Hall throws it away. 8th turnover for Skyview. DeBoard, long three. That's Cade DeBoard, and he hits it. Cade DeBoard with 6. Doyle leaves it off for Hall. Hall with 16 off the bench. Long three by Cade DeBoard, and he banks it in. 9 for DeBoard. 35 seconds to play in a 14-point ball game. Skyview, as Doyle misses it, Falsev's there to put it back. 13 for Falslev. Mon, 3 from the corner, won't go, rebounded by Hall, and that should do it. Falsev's going to walk it across the timeline, and Skyview is going to sweep Green Canyon. The Bobcats with the win, 66-50. They love it in Smithfield. 16 for Evan Hall off the bench, 12 for Kason Carlson, 13 for Mason Falslev, offsetting the 21 points by Cole DeBoard for Green Canyon. Skyview with a 16-point win. We hope you enjoyed it. The playoffs start next week. We'll see you next time on the Valley Channel.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital, together we're greater. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings, our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Four Seasons Apartments and Townhomes is your home. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years.